What do you mean? What's this so awkward? I hate this.
Here tayo.
I hate this so
Forward.
much. Don't like. Chika, yun na lang.
Hi, welcome to Baguio Market. I'm Kimmy, and this is episode of Cooking with Kimmy.
Hi everyone, welcome to a special edition of Cooking with Kimmy. Obviously today we're not in the studio, we are in Baguio City Market and we hope you enjoy coming around with us. And let's go! We have no bag.
Nito.
Grabe. Mga tanga. Salamat! Okay, let's... Yung Baguio, ano yan? Matamis ba yan or garlic? Ah, garlic. Magkano yan?
From 100 siya per dozen.
Per dozen. Sige, isang dozen. Native Baguio, so it's garlicky. Magkano yung ganito?
20.
20, isang balot. Tapos yung carrot.
Carrots kaysa 70 na lang ng kilo.
Ay, parang ano, kalahating kilo lang. Ito yung pang sopas. So, dito.
40 lang.
Sige. Ito din.
Cabbage po.
Hindi, okay lang. 60. Where's Ange? Was 60 bucks.
Sir, broccoli.
Magkano yung...
Ito ma'am, 70 kalahati. Marami na yun.
Kalahati. Pero 1/4 lang.
Ano ka po?
Yeah. Yung mushroom, magkano?
Ito?
Oo.
Ito. 240 po.
Sige, yan din.
310 po.
310? 310? Hindi, 300 na lang.
310.
Sige, 300. Ha?
Thank you very much.
Yes, salamat. We're gonna get the local jasmine rice. So the grains are shorter. Thank you. You guys wanna get one of these also? Ito, ano yung blend dito?
Ano yung pink? Ate naman eh. Organic. Pero wala naman siyang ano. Ba't siya nagiging pink? Nakaskasa na less fiber.
Less fiber. Parang ito. Yeah? So, magkano yung ganito? 200. Okay, salamat. So, we just got different kinds of rice. We're all gonna try it out in the house and see what works best with our congee. So we're back. There's chickens outside. So we're back from the Baguio market. Obviously, we're not in our regular kitchen today. You can hear all the things that are outside, like the cars and the chickens. So we are in our Airbnb in Baguio, and we are gonna continue making our congee with all the stuff that we found from the market. So you can see here on display are all the things we bought for this dish. So we have some mushrooms, some Baguio beans, or just beans here, and then all that stuff, and our Baguio longanisa. So I'm gonna first teach you guys how to make a pretty basic congee, and then we're just gonna serve it up with a lot of our market finds, and that's it. If that interests you, don't reload your page. So this is our only pot. So we're gonna start our congee, and the congee takes about 40 to 45 minutes to cook for the amount that we're making today. And then what's great about this recipe is that while you kind of set it and forget it. So you put all your congee stuff in here, put the lid on, leave it to cook, and then you can make as many toppings as you want, which is the fun part of this recipe, because really we didn't come into it with a set idea. but we kind of let the market do the talking. Here we have the rice that we bought in the market. Flashback po. 90s mo. I have one of these also. Ito, ano yung blend dito? Parang ito. Yeah? Ito, magkano yung ganito? Just kidding. So here we have our organic Cordillera rice. So this is a combination of your regular white rice and purple rice, right? Okay, again. La 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 la. So it's a combination of different kinds of rice, and we're gonna use that in our congee today. It's not gonna be like bright white. As you can see, obviously there's purple rice. So that just makes it a little bit more interesting and a little bit more local to where we are. So what's great about this is there's a ratio. That's all you have to remember to double, triple, half the recipe. It's gonna be 1 part rice to 8 parts water. So right now we have a cup of rice that I'm just gonna pop in here. And so for every 1 cup of rice, we're gonna use 8 cups of water or stock. About a cup of rice here will feed maybe 4 to 6 people. So with our vegetables and all our additions, 1 cup is enough. What do you guys say? Are you hungry? How hungry are you? Okay, so maybe 1 more. Okay, great. And so just 8 times the amount of water. 2 times 8.
16.
How many cups in a liter? See, and then this is the montage part. You know when there's like fractions.
4.227.
16 cups in liters.
4.
Huh?
4.
4 liters? Huh? So this is 2 liters already. 8. Okay, so we're just gonna put this on a low heat, medium to low. Then we're just gonna let it simmer, then stir it, then cover it again, and just let it go for about 40 to 45 minutes. So obviously, if you want to keep this vegetarian, you don't have to use stock. We just used water and salt. Then you can just serve it with vegetables. We're gonna cook up the native longanisa that we found in the market. Some bok choy, some beans, and some mushrooms. What's great about this again is that it's super customizable. So buy whatever you want, serve it with whatever you want. It's pretty much like a blank slate. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna fry up some mushrooms. So medium-high heat. We're just gonna let this get hot. Obviously our button mushrooms have been scrubbed and that's all you kind of need to do with them. With these, we're just gonna cut the ends off. So we have our 2 kinds of mushroom there. A tip is not to salt your mushrooms as soon as you put them in the pan because the salt draws out the moisture and that'll prevent them from getting nice and brown and crispy. So what I like to do is cook my mushrooms, then when they're crispy, take them off the heat and then salt them. So our pan is pretty hot. I'll just place the mushrooms in. Everything we're doing here is really simple because we have great vegetables and great ingredients. You don't have to do much in terms of flavoring. We'll just do salt and pepper. We'll just cook them over a high heat. So once they're kind of in like one even-ish layer, we'll just leave them alone. And then when you flip them, you'll see they'll get really nice and golden. So while we're waiting for everything, I guess I'll prep the beans. With beans, you're just gonna cut off the ends because they're hard and not very pleasant. So you can see like they get really nice and crispy. Those little tiny mushrooms are already very deeply golden. Just let them go for a little bit. Ooh, that was accidental and kind of scary. Yeah, we're not doing that again. And then once they're semi there, we'll just scoop them out and then put in our button mushrooms. See, they took like almost no time at all. Spread them out and we'll put these in. So again, as soon as you take them out, when they're still warm, that's when the seasoning will stick to them best. So with these, we're just gonna put a pinch of salt. And we'll do the same with the other mushrooms. So we'll just check on this. Give it a little stir. You just wanna scrape the bottom, make sure nothing's sticking. Oh! So as you can see, these mushrooms have gotten kind of golden and they're a little bit soft. So now that these are finished, I'm just gonna pull them out. So this is one of my favorite toppings for this congee. And as you can see, I'm just using the same pan over and over again because again, since it's so ingredient focused, we're not really messing with it that much. I'm especially starting with the mushrooms that don't get like a lot of seasoning other than salt. You can just wipe the pan and then keep going. So next we're doing our beans. Here in my fridge, I have just some bacon and onions, which I made ahead of time, kept in the fridge. And it's a great kind of base for any vegetable. So what we did was we just cut up bacon into bite-sized pieces, cooked them until it was crispy with some caramelized onions. And you can keep it in a jar, keep it for a couple days, and use it like as much as you want. So here we're gonna use it with some beans. So it's also nice to always keep bases of things in your fridge because like, for example, you didn't have bacon defrosted, right? It's like, you're gonna make beans, but beans are so sad. But if you have bacon and onions in your fridge that's already cooked, beans are not so sad anymore. And they go great with congee. I don't know. You're the editor. You deal with me.
How was your market experience?
My market experience was great. I love the Baguio Market. It's so easy to go around because it's like one big strip. Half of it though is pretty much just strawberries. Which you can also say the same for my meals in Baguio. Ow! Half of it is also strawberries. See, now that the bacon is heated and all that fat is melted, we're just gonna add our beans. And these cook pretty quickly. You still want them to have a crunch. Not too soft, but also not raw. Okay, so you're just gonna cook this. I don't think people want to hear me anymore. Just give them pretty food shots. And once your beans are tender but still have a bit of crunch, so you can still bite down on them, but they're definitely not raw. So let's check on the congee. The rice is starting to plump up. Obviously, there's still a lot of liquid. So we're just gonna cook this up. I'll actually take the lid off just to let some of that steam escape. So with this pachay, what you're gonna do is just cut it in half lengthwise. What you'll do is you'll kind of get this cross section. So I'm just gonna leave the pan this way with all the bacon fat in there. And it's really nice to get a nice sear on these. They get nice and brown in the core, but the leaves get really nice and tender. So that's kind of what we're going for here. So we're just gonna put it cut side down. And then the leaves, they cook so much faster that you don't really need to make that much space for them. You can put the leaves kind of up top and the cores inside. That way you can fit a lot. And you don't have to worry about the leaves cooking so much faster than the cores do. Let's let it steam a bit. We got a really nice color all over the bok choy. The stems are nice and tender, and so are the leaves. It kind of has the same effect as like grilling vegetables. So you're leaving it on that one side for a very long time. Getting a nice char and then covering it so that the rest of it can cook. So I'm just gonna plate these up. I'm just cutting these for garnish. So as you can see, we're almost at home stretch. We've already prepared all our vegetables. The last thing we have to do is cook our longanisa. What's great about that is at the Baguio Market, they have such an extensive selection. Just look for what you prefer. We have like a more garlicky type of longanisa, not a sweet one. And all you have to do is fry it up. I took them out of the casing just because I kind of want crumbles. That way it's easier to eat in our congee. Our congee has really thickened up. So we're just gonna keep stirring it every 5 minutes now because this is the time where it can really stick to the bottom of your pot. And this is the time we're gonna season our congee as well. So depending on if you use water or stock, you can taste it now and see how much salt you need to add. We just used water, so we added some salt, and I've had it and it's fine. What we're really gonna do is kind of flavor our congee with the stuff we put on top. That's why this is kind of a great dinner party idea. It's very simple, it's very homey, but it's also very customizable. So as you can see, our longanisa is nicely cooked and browned. You want to kind of crumble it up, then leave it again in a flat layer. Get that bottom really crispy and then start moving it around. If you just keep moving it around from the start, it'll take a bit longer to get the nice crispy edges that we want. And since that's ready, our congee is also finished. So it's been about an hour just because we doubled the recipe. And as you can see, it's thickened up quite significantly, but still has that kind of fluid consistency. The red rice or the purple rice in our cordillera rice mix has obviously turned it into a really nice purple color. So that's something you get with our local products from the market. Of course, this recipe works with any type of rice you have on hand. So now we have all our bits and pieces and our congee is ready. We're just gonna bring it upstairs, serve it up, and have it for lunch. Everyone can kind of make their own bowls and have fun. We hope you guys liked this video and like going around the market with us. If you want more out-of-town content, just let us know in the comments below. Like and subscribe our videos, and we'll see you next time. Bye, 4 people!